Hey YouTube, how are you guys? So I just want to talk about this today. We're going to be talking about the topic of blessings. Blessings is something that's needed in life. It's needed in your walk with God and it's needed in your daily life. God does not want you to be poor. He does not want you to be poor or struggling. Poverty is strictly from the devil. God does not want you living in poverty. He does not want you broke. He wants you to have the best. If you're a person watching this video, God wants you to have the best blessings in life. You do not need to be at the bottom. That is not God's will for your life. You're not supposed to be stuck broke, struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. As a follower of Christ, you're supposed to have the best in life. Do not settle. I don't care who tells you. I don't care who talks to you. I don't care if it's family members, friends, coworkers, people in your job, businesses, school, wherever. Do not settle. Whatever God gave you, whatever blessing God got in store for you, you sit down and you wait on it. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. However, you wait on God's blessings because you trying to rush your life. You're gonna be rushing into a situation that's gonna hinder you as a person, that can destroy you as a person. You see, it's oftentimes with many people. Many people they try to rush into something because they can't wait on God, and they try to rush their life, and they end up running into nothing but problems. For example, some of you men, God had a good wife in store for you, but instead of you sitting down and waiting, you went to go marry that woman who you thought that would be best for your life. You tried to follow your plan instead of God's plan because you couldn't wait. You couldn't sit down and settle and wait on God's best blessings. So you went to go marry that other woman. You went to go date that other woman. And guess what? She probably ended up breaking your heart. She probably ended up breaking your heart, taking your stuff away, taking half your money, and leaving you dry. Same thing with a lot of you women. A lot of you women, God had a good husband in store for you, but instead of you sitting down and waiting on God, you went out and you did what you wanted to do. You went out, you dated this guy, you tried to marry this guy. Then further down the line, that guy ended up hurting you, ended up breaking your heart. Sad thing, some of these men probably even end up beating you. But you see, when you don't wait on God, you subject yourself to these type of stuff. You put yourself in these types of situations. Guys, I trust me, wait on God. God, whatever God got for you, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a car, money, a new job, a business, wait on Him. Do not rush your life. You're not missing out on anything. Trust me, I promise you're not missing out on anything. You might be sitting down saying you see everybody else getting blessed, but why aren't you getting blessed? Listen, there's a time and a season for everybody. Those people who are getting blessed, that might just be their season in God. Maybe you still have more growth to do. You see, many people they want God to give them something, but they're not at that level to receive it yet. They have not fully matured and grown as a person to receive that blessing that God got in store for them. Man, if you women, you want a husband. Well, a lot of you guys, if you're not fully, a lot of you guys are not fully prepared to have a husband. A lot of you guys still have to work in your character, your attitude, how you carry yourself as a woman, how you carry yourself, and you conduct yourself inside and outside of your house. Same thing with all you men. All you men probably asking God to bless you a wife, but you may not be ready for it yet. You might not be ready because you still have to develop yourself as a man. How you have to learn how to lead as a man, how to provide, because of course, as the Bible states, man is the head. So when God give you a wife, you gotta know how to lead her and put her on the right path and to help her make smart decisions. Because you're a man. Man is the head. So oftentimes, God has probably not given it to you yet because you still have more growing to do as a person. You probably still have more maturing to do. So it's not yet your season. It doesn't mean you won't get it, but it might not be your season yet. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being single. Many people in the Bible are single. Paul was single. Elijah, they never had wives. They never had spouses. Okay? It is your season to grow. There's a season to be with people and a season to grow as a person. This just might be your season to grow. And for all of you guys, do not settle just because you're not happy with your situation. Find peace in your situation. Okay? Other people do not define who you are. The only person who defines who you are is God. For example, when it comes to relationships, look at Adam. Adam was fully content before God blessed him with a spouse. He never kept asking God, oh God, I need a spouse. I need somebody. I'm lonely. No, Adam was fully content. It was God himself who saw fit that Adam needed a spouse. and God gave it to him because Adam was happy. You have to first learn how to be happy with yourself. So for you guys, do not rush your life. Do not rush to get stuff that's truly not for you. What God got for you is for you and you only. Okay, what the Bible makes it clear, what God put together, let no man separate. You do not deserve to be at the bottom struggling. You are a servant of the Most High God. You are a follower of Christ. You deserve the best. You deserve to have the best in life, the best house, the best car, the best to make good money, good job, be a business owner, to have a good, loving, supporting family, good friends. You deserve the best. Those friends that you got that's talking behind your back, you need to cut them off, let them loose. Talk to them. If they don't want to change, they continue to treat you like that. You need new friends. Let God bring new friends into your life. Let God place new destiny helpers into your life. Do not remain with friends who are just going to keep talking about you behind your back. Those are not real friends. Those are snakes. Those are enemies. If you're a person, you want a car, wait on God to lead you to a good car. Okay? Wait on him to give you a good car that's reliable and could get you from point A to point B. That can help you carry out your daily activities, your daily task, rather than you settling for a car that's not that good and you might be paying a higher price than what it's really worth, and you might be paying more monthly payment than what it's really worth, and you end up getting screwed in the end, and you end up might getting a car that's not even that reliable. You buy the car one day, next day the car breaking down. You gotta keep bringing the car to a mechanic week after week after week, month after month. You see, it's more. You see the point I'm trying to make to you guys. It's worth it to wait on God. There's many different aspects I could explore. Many few people, you probably just graduated college. God might got a good job for you, but instead you try to rush to a low-paying job that's not going to treat you well, and the managers might try to be rude to you, and they might try to exert their authority over you, and now you're going through hell in the workplace. Instead of you waiting on God, He could have directed you to a good job. For a lot of you people, a lot of you guys are probably struggling to find a job, and you will accept anything because you like, I need a job, I need to get out. But many of you people, you guys might not be able to find a job because maybe God's calling you to a higher purpose. Maybe He's calling you to go out and create your own business. Maybe your purpose is higher than a 9 to 5. Maybe God does not want you working a 9 to 5. Okay? Maybe He wants you to go out and explore, do something with the gifts He gave you, and build a business out of it, to build something for His kingdom. There's reasons why God does everything, guys, and we just need to be sitting still and wait on God. Of course, we have to do our part too, because many people talk about they wait on God, but sometimes God waited on them. Yes, you need to do your part as a person. For example, if you wait on God for a spouse, as I stated, work on your character, work on yourself, make sure you know how to provide for a person, make sure you know how to treat a person, because God can give you something, but you can end up ruining it and destroying the same thing God gave you. Look at Adam and Eve, for example. God gave Adam Eve, but look what Eve did. She listened to the snake and she bit off the apple, and God said, "Do not eat from the tree of the forbidden fruit. Do not eat from that tree." Eve ate the apple. She gave Adam and she got him in trouble. Yeah, God ordained them to be together, but due to Eve's disobedience, she got Adam in trouble as well. So God can give you something, but guess what? It can end up hurting you. So that's why you have to know how to carry yourself and work in yourself too. As you wait on God, you work in yourself too. As a follower of Christ, we do not need to be subjected to being at the bottom in this wicked world. I know the Bible says do not store up treasures and do not store up earthly treasures, because our real treasures are above. Yes, our real treasures are in heaven, 100%. This earth is just temporary. But you do not need to go through this life struggling. Forever how long you live, some people going to live to be 60, 70, 80, 90. God spare your life. I mean, you might even live longer in that, for in God's will. But you need to be prepared, and you deserve the best. You need to be prepared for God's blessings and work on yourself. But at the same time, do not settle. Whatever God got for you, sit down and you wait. Wait. Go through the fire. Work on yourself as a person. Grow through it. It might seem rough. It might seem difficult at first, but the wait is worth it. Oftentimes, the best blessings are you have to wait for. Sometimes when you see people getting their blessings quick, 1, 2, 3, after a couple months, couple years, That's because God might have a bigger blessing. God might have something special in store for you, and you just have to sit down and wait because that blessing God give you can end up blowing your mind. You might ask God for something, and He might end up giving you way more. Because God asked Solomon for wisdom. He ended up becoming the richest man to walk this planet. You guys might ask God for a spouse. God might end up blowing your mind with something that you didn't expect. When I say blowing your mind, I mean something in a good way. You might ask God for this type of woman. He might give you that exact same type of woman with even more better qualities than what you were expecting. Same thing for you women. You might be asking God for a husband or for some female friends who can encourage you. God might give you a husband with the same qualities that you wanted, but even better qualities than you were expecting. Even with friends, you might be asking God for these type of friends. He might be giving you friends with way better qualities than what you expected. Things that you might not even probably think that you deserved as a person, or you probably even think you would get as a person. That's the type of God we serve. We serve a God who can do miracles, who can blow our mind with stuff that we never thought were possible. So, really, in total, this video, guys, just please do not rush your life. Okay? Life is short. You do not need to rush your life. Fight to get stuff that's not truly yours. Fight to get blessings that God not give you. The next thing you know, you end up struggling in life and you end up living in depression and end up being angry because instead of you sitting down waiting on God, you try to rush your life. And then you fought to get stuff that God never gave you, and it's now gonna hurt you as a person. Rather than you sitting down, you waited on God to give you something. Then when you got it, now you're gonna see how happy your life is. Because anything that God gives you, it's for eternal. It's for long lasting. See, this is the difference with Satan's blessings and God's blessings. Satan's blessings, they come quick, but they're temporary. For people who are devil worshippers, yeah, Satan will give them something, but it's not going to last long. He may give them a satanic wife or a satanic husband. They might end up breaking up a few years later. Look at these Hollywood celebrities. We know the Hollywood industry. A lot of you guys who know about Hollywood, you know that industry is very demonic, and that a lot of those celebrities are very demonic. Look at them. They're always in drama. These are millionaires and billionaires, and yet they always in drama, always in fights. Rich rappers are in shootouts. They dissing each other. Rappers like Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Rappers who got money, who are millionaires. Instead of them taking their money and be at peace, they over dissing each other. See? Celebrities, they divorce after a couple years. They get married one day, next thing you know, 1 or 2 years later, they're divorced. You see? So a lot of them sold their fame. They sold their soul for fame. But you see, it does not end up working out for them in the end. Then those same stuff that they probably sold their soul to the devil for, it don't even last. It goes away temporary. And look how many celebrities die young. They got their fame, they got their riches, and look how many of them end up committing suicide. They end up in drug problems. You see what I'm saying? Rather than you being now, this is the difference with God's blessings. You see, God's blessings sometimes you gotta wait for. You sometimes gotta wait years. But guess what? When you get it, it's gonna last. Because as I stated, the Bible makes it clear what God's put together will no man separate. What God got for you is for you and you only. Nobody can take it away. Nobody. People can try, but it will never work because God put it together. What God put together, it will work and it will finalize till the end. You, for example, you're a man. You might have to wait on God for a spouse, for a wife, for 7 years. If you're a woman, you might have to wait on God for a husband for 9 years. But guess what? When you get it, it's gonna last, and you're gonna get real heavenly love that comes strictly from God Himself. God's best is worth waiting for. What God got for you is worth waiting for. Do not keep up with the Jonases. Cause you see a lot of people in society, they like to keep up and follow the trends and follow what the next person is doing. You stay focused on yourself and you stay focused on what God got for you. Okay? You stay focused on what God is gonna give you. Do not envy nobody else. Do not envy. Do not be jealous. Okay? What God got for you is for you only. It's gonna work out in your favor. What other people got, God might have given it to them, but He didn't give you because it's not right for your life. You guys might be feeling some type of way because God gave that person that type of car, but maybe that car was not for you. Maybe you would have never liked it. Some of you guys you might feel some type of way because your friends are getting married and they're in their early 20s, their mid 20s, while you're in your late 20s and you still have yet to get married. Maybe those people got married quick Because number one, maybe they worked in themselves first as a person, and God saw fit that it was time to bless them with something. While you still have more development to go, while you have more development to go as a person, you still have to work in the inside of yourself. And also, maybe those people got married early because God saw fit that that relationship was at the right time. You see, God's blessings have to do with timing. What God got for you is in His time. We're on God's time. He's not on our time. We're on His time. We're His creation. He's a creator. So when God sees as fit to give you something, He gonna give it to you. So you ain't gotta worry about all this. You ain't gotta worry about forcing something to work. Because in life, you see many people, they try to force stuff. And when you try to force stuff, you know it ain't coming from God. If you have to force a relationship, if you have to force a friendship, that's not coming from God. Because when something's coming from God, it's going to naturally align. You ain't got to force nothing. It's going to just naturally come together. For example, you might be trying to force a woman to like you. You know what's going to happen? Even if that woman ends up liking you, it's not going to work out in the end because you're trying to force a situation that God never put together. So it's going to end up hurting you in the end. And next thing you know, you're going to end up hurt, bitter, jealous, depressed, sad because you tried to force something. If you're a man, that might happen to you if you try to force a woman to like you. If you're a woman, you might be trying to force and impress this man to like you. The man not even giving you signals. The man not even pay attention to you. But you trying to force him. And you know what's gonna happen? That man he gonna go about his business. He not gonna pay you attention. Or if he does pay you attention, it's gonna be a short-lived relationship because the relationship not gonna last long because you put yourself in a situation that God never told you to be in. Okay, you see, when God got something for you, it's gonna naturally align. You are a man. For example, if you're a man, you might be see walking down the street one day. You ain't got your mind on nothing. You ain't got your mind on no woman. You got no mind in you ain't got no mind on nobody. You just thinking about your next place that you're going. I will give you a scenario. For example, let's say you're going to a supermarket. You might just be going to a supermarket just to pick up some groceries. All you're focused on is cooking dinner and probably going to work the next day. And next you know, you might end up running into a woman and you guys just start talking. For example, a woman might just ask you to get something from the shelf for her. You give it to her, and you guys just start to get talking. Next thing you know, in 6 months, you guys are married. During those 6 months, you guys get to know each other. You guys naturally connect. You guys just naturally just bond with each other. You guys are almost like the same person, just opposite genders. You see, when God got blessings for you, that's how it's going to naturally align. You ain't got to force nothing. Same thing if you're a woman. You might just be heading out one day to work, and next thing you know, for example, you might just catch a flat tire. A man just might just pull his car over and help you fix that tire. You guys get to talking, and next you know, within 1 year, you guys are married. You see, when God got something, He gonna make things naturally align. He gonna put things naturally together. You ain't gotta force nothing. These scenarios are very real life scenarios. If you're a person who's hurting, work on yourself, okay? Work on yourself. Do greatness with your life and develop yourself as a person. It's not the end, okay? Life is a journey. You might have started out struggling. You might have started out from the bottom. You might have started out coming from nothing. But guess what? Okay, when God got something for you, it's going to naturally align. Sorry for interruption. I have to answer a phone real quick. So when God got something for you, you ain't gotta force something to happen, guys. Okay, you ain't gotta force people to like you. You ain't as a man, you ain't gotta go outside, go on the street, try to impress these women. Cause I know a lot of men, you gotta be trying to do that. You gotta be trying to flash money, put on the best clothes, put on these designer clothes to try to impress women. All that stuff you're doing is a waste of time. Because those same women you're trying to impress, they might end up trying to embarrass you and break your heart down the line because you're trying to force something that was probably never ordained from the beginning. You're a woman, you try to put yourself together. You over try to impress some man. You go into a club. You over in your eyes at him. You over trying to get his attention. You like come here. You trying to talk to him, and he not even interested in you. You see, you trying to force something that God never put you in. And you see, when you try to force situations, you will always end up losing. Stay inside of God's will. Okay? Guys, I've seen so many people go outside of God's will and it always hurts them in the end. I've never seen a person operate outside God's will and end up winning. Never. They always lose. It is not worth it. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It is not worth it. I've seen these situations happen in life. I've seen many people, they try to force situation, they try to force friendships, force relationships, force people to like them, and they always ends up hurting them in the end because it was never God's will. Maybe those friends were never ordained to be in your life. That man was never ordained to be in your life. That woman was never ordained to be in your life. That job that rejected you, it was never ordained for you. That business that fired you, maybe you were never ordained to be there in the first place. Maybe all these jobs, you're applying for 200 jobs, you're not getting nothing because you were never ordained to be in those jobs. Maybe God wants you another job. Maybe He wants you to grow out and create your own business. Whatever the case is, that's where you seek God and you seek the will that He has for the plan that He has for your life, and you go and you talk to God. God's our Father. We can always talk to Him. Just like you try to talk to people and try to impress people and try to impress these men and these women and your friends, you can talk to God. God's the main one you're trying to impress. And like I said, wait on God. God's blessings are the best blessings you ever get in life. They're eternal, they're long lasting, and they'll all you ain't gotta hinder yourself as a person. You ain't gotta try to be something that you're not. Of course, if there's negative characteristics about you as a person, you work on them. But you ain't gotta go trying to go out trying to flash money and put on these expensive clothes trying to impress other people. No, what God got for you, it will naturally align when God sees fit, okay? Like I said, we're on God's timing. The future right now might not seem bright for some people because some people say, man, I've been waiting for so long on this. I've been waiting on a spouse for this amount of time. I've been waiting on friends for this amount of years. I've been waiting on God to give me a car for so long. Listen, it may not look right. It may not look like the situation may not look good right now, but trust me, you stay waiting on God and you continue to work on yourself as a person and you continue to seek God. Trust me, it will work out for you in the end. Okay, so guys, just please be patient. God's blessings are best. Don't rush your life. Don't keep up with the Jonases. Stay blessed. Remember, you deserve the best blessings, and you deserve everything that God got for you. And do not hinder that for nobody. Always remember, you got one life. What type of life do you want? God gave you one chance at life. What type of life do you want on this planet? Do you want a life where you're happy and you're joyous and you're just so happy because everything that God got for you, you got it? You got all of His blessings. You never compromised and you never gave it up for nobody. You never rushed your life. Would you rather live a happy life with peace? Or would you guys rather live a life where you rushed your life? You were trying to impress people. You tried to force yourself relationships and friendships that God never put you in. And they all end up failing. And next thing you know, you're angry, you're bitter, and you're frustrated, and you're depressed. Which would you rather choose? A happy life or a sad life? Think clearly, guys. Please think clearly about your decisions, okay? Because your decisions can hurt you and it can affect your life, whether for good or bad. And once again, what God got for you is for you, and you deserve the best blessings that God got. Have a blessed day, guys. Take care.